And here, a side-by-side look at the favorites to advance out of the conference play and into the NBA Finals. Both of the conference favorites in action on opening night, both playing at home as well. And with that, we wish a happy opening night to CBS Sports NBA insider Bill Reiter and Sportsline engineer Mike McClure. Fellas, you have seen the odds, but who's your pick to win the East? We'll start in the East. Celtics, Bucks, Nets. That's sort of the clear top tier based on the betting lines or the betting odds right now. Bill, who you got winning the East?
The East is really crowded. It is a brutal conference, and I think you can make a case for 7 or 8 or maybe 9 teams being the top 6. But even before the drama that befell the Celtics and that constantly just swarms around the Nets, I thought the Milwaukee Bucks were going to be the best team come the end of this marathon and the postseason. I think it's easy to forget how remarkable Giannis is. They are a championship-level team. Giannis is going to get multiple rings in his career. No reason for it not to be this season. Despite the Heat and Philly and the Nets and the Celtics I think are a big threat, I like Milwaukee to try to get through that murderer's row of teams and come out of the East.
I like it, but I'm going to go with the 76ers here. I like the value here at plus 650. I really like the pieces that Daryl Morey has put around James Harden, who is in much better shape entering the season. You've got an angry Joel Embiid about not winning the MVP, not advancing further. I think all of the pieces start to really mesh here because they've added the 3-and-D guys that are really going to provide the depth needed. They're going to excel when they start to stagger these rotations. I love the 76ers this year. Give me them in the East at plus 650.
Now let's move on to the West Coast. The Warriors are the current favorites to win the West at plus 290, followed by the Clippers and then the Suns. Bill, I do know that you like the Warriors to win game 1 tonight, but based on these odds, who's a good bet right now?
Tried to talk myself into the Clippers because I think, again, it's so easy to forget how incredible Kawhi Leonard is, but I just can't quite get there. There's still worries about his health. I think the Suns are a team that are fading. I love the Grizzlies. I'm not sure they're there yet. So despite the drama, despite Draymond Green confusing Jordan Poole's face for a punching bag and all the ugliness that resulted, I think it's the Warriors this year. I think at least in the Western Conference, it's chalk. Their expectations, some of those young guys will take big steps. I know that in Golden State, they like their opportunity to win a lot of games, even as they limit minutes over the course of the season for guys like Steph and Clay and maybe even Draymond. I love the Warriors this year. Now, that could change in 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. Let's see how the drama plays out over the first month of the season from Draymond Green and Jordan Poole's situation. But right now, where we're sitting, what we know, I think it's the Warriors are the clear pick.
Yeah, Warriors are the clear favorite here, and I like that pick. I really can't argue with it. I can't believe what I'm going to do here, but I'm going to go with the Lakers, plus 850. I like this spot. Look, the narrative around LeBron, year 20, he's refreshed. He does things that simply do not make sense, and that's what I'm expecting here from him. But I want to talk about him and Anthony Davis. When they're healthy at the same time, this basketball team is still really, really good. They played 108 games. They're 75-33, winning almost 70% of the games when they are healthy. If this team can stay healthy, I like the pieces that they have. I like that they will be desperate and go make as many moves and mortgage the future, frankly, of the franchise to continue to try and win. Give me the Lakers here in a massive upset as LeBron has what looks like a career year in year 20.
All right, Mike likes the Lakers. I think you really like that plus 800. All right, now for the big one. The Warriors, they've gotten more than twice as much money thrown their way than any other team in the league so far. Then you add the Warriors, Celtics, and Lakers, put them together, more money thrown at them than the rest of the league combined. Who is the pick to win the NBA title in 2023? Mike?
It's going to be the Sixers for me. I've been consistent with them across the board, plus 1,500 on the Sixers, plus 1,300 here. I love this spot for him. I can't talk about James Harden enough and how important it is that he is in shape. It's going to help things tremendously. But what he really did, dropping that salary down, allowing them to bring pieces in, buying into Daryl Morey once again, we should see a James Harden like we saw in Houston. Now you've got Joel Embiid absolutely hungry in this spot. Give me the 76ers here.
I love that Sixers pick. I think it's a great pick, and if you don't share Doc Rivers fatigue in the postseason like I do, you should get money on it. It's the only thing that has me, that stops me, is Doc Rivers as a postseason coach from getting there on board with Mike. So for me, it's the team that comes out of the East for me. I think it's the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a really tough road. I understand that. The East is absolutely brutal. But I think this is a Milwaukee team that's so easy to forget and to overlook because they're in the middle of the country where I'm from. Giannis isn't the MVP. It's Jokic, and it'll probably be somebody else again this year. And there's so much drama and headlines from the Lakers and from the Nets and from the Celtics and even the Warriors. It's hard to forget that this Bucks team, when they're healthy, as good as anybody in the NBA.
Both guys picking the East to win the title this year. All right, let's talk MVP. We've got Luka, Giannis, and Joel Embiid all at the top of the heat for MVP on most books as we tip off this NBA season. But Mike, who has your money as it stands?
I mean, honestly, it's a plus 2,500 play here, but it's LeBron James. Look, I am all in here on these futures. I think it's going to be an incredible year for LeBron. Let's talk about